I have 4 things that I want you to focus on if you want to become a profitable trader, right? So becoming a profitable trader comes to a lot of things, comes after a lot of things, right? Comes after experience and a lot of other things, right? So I had this quote one day that it says, what did he say again? Yeah, it says good decisions come from experience, and experience comes from bad decisions, right? So today I'm going to be sharing these examples, these so like from my own experiences, right? And I'm going to be impacting the knowledge and passing the knowledge to you, so that maybe you don't have to go through the same things that I did, so that your trading journey can be a little bit faster, a little bit easier, and you get to learn a lot quicker rather than learning from your own experiences, right? So the 5 things that I'm going to talk about is the first of them is going to be he's having targets, right? So yeah, the first thing is having targets, right? So if you have your targets, it means that you have a trading plan, right? So I'm just summarizing all the points that link with each other together, right? So you must have targets and you must have a trading plan, right? So if you have a trading plan, you know that, or your trading plan must contain which setups you enter, right? Maybe you enter after a breaking market structure only, where the moving averages are pointing. You enter in a zone flip, if must have a minimum of 2 or 3 confluences. Your target is going to be blah blah blah. Your stop loss is going to be this and that. Your overall stop loss, your overall target per day, all those stuff, right? And the trading plan also must come in. You must also record. Now this is sort of like a trading journal, right? So you must also record if you lose a trade. You write down what you think made you lose the trade, right? Maybe if you think maybe you lost what this buy trade, maybe over here you might say that maybe your stop loss or your stop loss was too tight, or you entered too early, or you're just greedy, or whatever it is, whatever you think made you lose that trade, write it down, right? And you have to be honest. If you lie to yourself, then guess what? It's just not going to work for you. You're not going to even learn from your mistakes, because you're just lying to yourself, right? So you have to be very practical and very straight to the point with yourself, right? And then the next thing that I want you to focus on is, and also if you have targets per day, it means that you are not comparing yourself with others. So you're working at your own pace, right? We're working with the amount that you have, the type of trader that you are, so that you gradually you are taking baby steps until you reach the next level. So you are continuously growing yourself, improving yourself, and it's just going to make life a lot much easier for you, right? Then for the next second point that I was talking about, second thing that you have to focus on is patience. You have to be very, very patient if you want to be a profitable trader, right? You have to be patient enough to wait for your setup. You have to be patient, maybe for you to get you have to be patient to wait for a setup. You have to be patient until you find the strategy that works for you. You have to be patient enough so that you avoid the fear of missing out, right? So if patience comes into play, right? Everything comes down to patience, right? So patience also links with perseverance, right? With trading, you have to be persevere. You have endurance, right? So let's say a person just gives up easily, right? So if you just lose one trade, you are saying, trading is a fucking scam, right? I'm not going to trade anymore. Blah blah blah, right? So you must have perseverance. You must have patience with trading, right? So patience also, you have the patience to focus on one strategy and learn one strategy at a time. You don't have to bombard yourself with a lot of information at a time, right? So focus one strategy at a time. Just keep on focusing one strategy at a time, and when you get the hang of it, move on to the next, right? So that you don't confuse yourself, right? And another thing that shows that you are not patient, or most of the people are not patient, is that I put the second point. Why? Because I'm sure that by now more than half of the people have already clicked off the video, right? So I know that people are not patient. It's just in human nature, right? So if you have been patient enough to watch till this far, then give yourself a thumbs up, or even like this video or whatever, right? Because you're in the right direction, because at least you've got a little bit of patience. I know that you have got the perseverance to learn forex, and you have got the perseverance to keep on improving yourself, right? So you must be patient, right? A lot of things come through patience. A lot of the good things come through patience, right? So the third thing that you have to focus on is trading with the trend, right? So trading with the trend is actually one of the best things that you can do. This can be done by a lot of ways. If you don't know how to see where the trend is, then I think trading is not a great choice for you. You don't even know where the trend is by now, right? So you can check the trend even by market structure, right? So right over here, creating what series of what high, hello, 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 blah blah blah. So this is an uptrend, right? So you can also use your moving averages over here to get those entries, and your moving average is, if they are below the candlesticks, it means that you are going what, you are going up, and if the moving averages are above the candlesticks, it means that you are going down, and a lot of other things, right? So this essentially helps you to minimize your losses, right? Because if you're not trading with the trend, guys, I promise you, I was one of those guys, right? So you lose a lot of money, right? So let's say maybe we come over here, right? You see that the market is what, it is so like respecting this level, and you see that the market has been selling for a while now. Yeah, the market it has to buy. Yeah, it has to buy, and then you show yourself. With the market, it's so like you are hallucinating. Yet you see what you want to see. You see what you personally want to see. If you want to see a W over here, you see a W, right? This year over here, you can see a W over here. If you want to see an M, you see an M over here. If you want to see even a head and shoulder, you see a head and shoulder over here, right? So with the market, it just shows you what you want to see, right? So the best thing to avoid this is just trading with the trend. Just look for setups that are in line with the trend, because guess what, if you entered this point over here, right, guess what, the market just came back, hit your stop loss, and it went in the direction that you had predicted. And now when the market goes in the direction that you had predicted, you get emotional and you start acting irrationally without even thinking, without even making what, the proper decisions, right? So you start losing a lot of money, right? So if you just wait till the market breaks the structure and shows you that it wants to what, to go in this direction, this is where patience also comes into play. You have to be patient enough to wait for the trend that you are anticipating to happen, to wait for the breaking market structure and all that stuff, right? So patience, it keeps on repeating itself, right? So right over here, right, that's all about what, trading with the trend, right? So along with trading with the trend, you also have to avoid exiting too early, right? So let's say maybe you entered what, over here, maybe you see that there's a trend line breakout over here, trend line breakout, retest, and testing our 50 moving average, blah blah blah, right? You enter, right, and you see what, you're going down, and you see that the market, I think that the market wants to spike maybe this area over here. Why? Because we've got our zone flip over here, we've got a zone flip area over here. Let me just, we've got a support area over here, not a zone flip area, by the way, right? Sorry, over here, right? And you see that the market, maybe the market will start spiking over here, but guess what, the market continued going down. It went down, down, and if it already exited over here, imagine what you'd be feeling right now. Just imagine the frustration, the anger, right? And saying, oh, maybe I might have been, because this is so like you just entered a quarter or third of that move, and it continued even further, right? So you keep what, those emotions in yourself, which leads us to our fourth point. The last point is controlling, being able to you have to focus on controlling your emotions, being away with your emotions, being you have to be superior to emotions, right? You don't have to let your emotions control you. You don't have to let the emotions get the better of you. You are the boss. You are the fucking boss, right? You are the fucking Adonis. You are not a Jeffrey, right? So focus on controlling your emotions, right? So focusing on, if you want to control emotions, I suggest that you just have a trading plan, you have targets, and that can be able to help you. And if you've forgotten what a trading plan is, then I suggest you repeat that part of the video, because I'm not going to explain how that will help you to control your emotions, right? So you don't have, if maybe you say you lose $50, right? Of course you are bound to be hurt, right? Of course you are bound to be angry, but you don't have to maybe revenge trade or start to enter setups that don't even look great, right? Setups that are not even in your trading plan, just because you want to recover that money, right? So you have to act rationally, you have to think rationally all the time, right? So that's it. Those are the things that you have to focus on if you want to become a great trader, if you want to become a profitable trader, especially with the derivatives. There are a lot of things that you have to be able to control, and and I suggest that you learn a bit of more strategies, so that you get a confluence, right? So if you're looking for those strategies, then you can subscribe to my channel.